So today we're going to be working on a centerpiece for the holidays. We are in June, but there's such a thing as Christmas in July. So we're going to be working on a centerpiece together, and I had found these cute top hat baskets. So this is what we're going to be using. We're going to see what we can come up with to make something real pretty for a table or a desk or wherever we may want to put it at. So I wanted to show you what it looks like before we do anything with it. So this is really the way it comes, tags and all. So we're going to go ahead and just dress it up a bit and make it into a centerpiece instead of it being just a basket to put candy in and things of that nature. So I wanted to show you what that looked like before doing anything with it. And this is what I've got so far. I wanted to kind of save a little bit of time for the going live, just so that we can have a little bit more time together. So what I've done is we have some moss on the inside, and it's just plain Spanish moss. And what I did is actually put some on the bottom just to fill it a little bit. And then I have a styrofoam bowl cut in half, and I just use some zip ties just to kind of keep it in place together. Excuse me. So that's what this is so far. This is as far as I've gone because I want to make sure that we do everything else together. Just wanted to save a little bit of time and show you what I've done so far. So we have a few things here on the table to kind of use to make our centerpiece. We're going to use some flowers and some ribbons, and we have some picks, and we're going to make our own picks as well, because I want to show you how I go about doing some of my own picks with little styrofoam bowls and different colors and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and change the camera view just so that you can see what I have on the table, because I even have a skillet here. I normally use my glue gun, but I wanted to try something because I saw one of our leaders at a group that I'm in. She uses a skillet because she said she would burn herself a lot with the glue gun, and I do that plenty. So I thought I would try the skillet method and see, but if not, I have my backup. I have my Ryobi glue gun, and I do have the link for that on my affiliates link on the bottom of the video as well, in case you're interested in that. And I love this glue gun because there's no cord. It's got a battery, so I love it because I don't have to worry about cords getting in my way. So let me go ahead and change that camera view, as I mentioned, and that way you can see me on the corner of the video, but then you'll also still be able to see the table. So I'm just going to minimize it a little bit just so that you can see both. So bear with me for just a second here, and I'm going to go ahead and move that, and it'll be like so. Okay, alrighty, so this is what I have so far, and I mentioned about the styrofoam bowl. Hopefully you can see it a little bit better here now with the basket, top hat basket, and it's got this cute little embellishment already. So we're going to go ahead and try to match all of that, and that's why I have all of these flowers and different things here to do our arrangement. So this is the skillet I was mentioning. So I'm waiting for it to get, it was really hot and really steaming up earlier, so I lowered it, and then it got too cold, so I put it like on a happy medium, hopefully, so that we can still use it for what we need and then go from there. So a couple of different things we can do from here, and there's again, no real rules. The thing is to basically know what you what setting you would want. Like with this being so small, if you can see here, it's only a few inches, so about 8 inches. So it's really tiny, so we don't want to go too far out. Okay to go a little bit far out, but you don't want to go too far, and we want to make sure we build that height. So a couple of things to do. You could start gluing some of the moss from the very beginning, and then start doing the flowers and the picks that you want to put on, or you can kind of go back and forth to make sure that you get everything filled in. I'm actually going to go ahead and put some more of the moss around here, just because I want to make sure I cover the white. And we have all of these picks and flowers, and I even got these mini poinsettia flowers. They are so cute. So hopefully we'll be able to work some of those in. I have these bigger ones, but I'm thinking these may be a little bit too big, so we'll see. But I do have the mini ones as well, just so that we can kind of go with the flow. I don't have a specific plan on the arrangement. We're just going to go with it. So if any questions or anything, please do let me know. And what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to, just so I won't spill a lot of that, I'm going to use the trusty glue gun for doing this part. And the only thing I don't like about the moss is that it's very messy. It gets all over. but hey, it'll accomplish what we need it to accomplish, so we can hide some of this white. And the glue gun itself doesn't take it too long. So in the meantime, I want to start cutting some of the things that we will use and show you some of the things. I have this actually fell off of another pick, and I'm going to go ahead and make it into another pick. I can work it back in, so I'm going to do that. And I started making one just with the little styrofoam bowls, if you can see that. And I did different sizes. And the way to do these really is just you grab some wire and you kind of pull them through. I have a basket, and I'll show you what I have, of different sizes and different colors and even different shapes. And then I just kind of grab the colors that I need for the project that I'm working on, and I just kind of dump them all in there, and then I just go with what I need. So that's how I grab these. And I just had some wire, and you can go as long as you may need to. So I just kind of started playing with it, and I stopped there, but I'm thinking I may need something longer. So I'm going to be using this other wire that you can get at the dollar store. It's a little bit thicker, so that way we can go a little bit longer as well without it going kind of topsy-turvy. So let me go ahead and get that open while we wait on glue to be ready so we can start our project. We'll just be working on everything else in the meantime. See how we're doing out there. I don't think my lights in the arts and crafts room is liking me having my skillet. Lights are flickering, and I forgot to turn on the other lights because I was in a rush, which I shouldn't have been. So I don't have my big lights. I have these nice lights that came with my camera set. And I tell you what, I love them because they make everything nice and bright. So I might have to see how I can go ahead and do that. I just was trying not to have to get up and do that in the middle of the live video, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm thinking for lengthwise, this might be long enough, and then we can cut from there. And I'm just trying to straighten it up as much as I can. It doesn't have to be completely straight. And I'm going to measure these about the same height, but I'll probably cut some off because I do like to have a variety of lengths. But I know this is the longest I would want to have it. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll play with everything as we go. We may have 2 on one end, or put 1 on each end and have 3. We'll see. We're just going to use it up just to kind of add some height. Hello. Okay, let's see. So what we'll do first, after I do the brightness, what we'll do first is fill our bottom, and then we always start at the bottom. We want to make sure we get our length, so we'll know how far out to go. We'll go ahead and do that first, and then we'll start working our way around and up. So I think for now 3 might be enough, so I'm just going to put that to the side in my little basket. And let's see, I see some dripping going on, so I think our hot glue is ready. So I'm just gonna go around. Since it's kind of melty, it'll go down some. And then we can work our moss in there to provide some coverage. spider webs. Alrighty. So now we know it's not gonna fall on out. And I don't like working with all this mess here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off and dump it into my little handy trash over here. Okay. Go ahead and turn that off since we won't need it for now. Okay, so now again, we're just gonna start working on how far out we want to go. So I have some flowers with greenery here. Mentioned the larger poinsettias, and we have the mini poinsettias. Have some mesh ribbon that I have already started making picks out of, so we'll be using probably 1 or 2 of those. And all I did was just kind of zigzag it and tie some of that wire on the bottom, and I'm just going to use some glue and kind of get it down there. If we're going to use it, we'll see. But these are some of the whites that I got. It almost looks like a like baby's breath, but almost looks like snow at the same time. So that's why I wanted to put these to the side. And again, these are all items from the dollar store, excuse me, with the exception of the mesh ribbon and the different things I have for the picks. I also have this neat little pick that already has the bowls already in it, and it's got some red and some gold. I thought we could either use it all as one big piece, or we might cut it in half and spread the love. Haven't decided yet. We'll just kind of go with that. So again, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and start with our bottom to set up our length. And I have this big set here that has a lot of greenery and the leaves, which is what we'll need to kind of spread so that we can make our length. I like pushing everything up. Gives us more real estate, so to speak, to play with. And I'm going to use my little trusty cutters. Again, there's links for all of these tools on there. There's affiliate links on the bottom. So if you like to get any of these tools, if you don't have these type of things and you may want to work on any of these projects, you'll be able to get them. I'm just going to cut a few of each. And we're going to go ahead and start spreading things around. And then we can cut it down to size a little bit more if we need to. But I like these. You can see that it gives a little bit of the length, and it's got some of that white like snow. We have some of the greenery. And it helps us because it also gives us some fillers at the same time. And then we can go ahead and start adding in our colors. Okay, let's see. I think we'll be okay with just about 2 of each. I'm going to use these that are a little bit more, have a little bit more width on them to start basically adding on. See, like that to me might be a little bit too wide, but we can kind of put it at an angle so it'll also start going up. Can you see that? Yes. Okay. I have to look at the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it down a little bit more. I'm going to see if our skillet is ready. And we're going to start putting our, there we go, spider webs. I like to call those spider webs because they're like so stringy. Okay, so I'm just going to push in. It's got this little wide pick there, so let's see. I think that might go okay. Doesn't look like it's going too topsy-turvy. And then what we'll do is put some smaller flowers towards the end to kind of bring it down. Okay, so we're going to push up our greenery. Cut a little bit more. I'm just going to do the other side. Now the glue on the end of it is just to help it stay together, since it's being pushed into the styrofoam bowl. It really shouldn't go anywhere, but if you're planning on giving it away as a gift or selling it, it's always good to make sure that everything is nice and secure. Where did my other grass one go? Thought I cut 2 of them. Okay. So I gotta cut a little bit more. I thought I pushed all the way up. Silly me. Make sure it's nice and full, so I'm going to go ahead and cut some more. It's a little bit stubborn. Alright, let's get that out of the way. We're getting there. Again, thank you for joining and watching. If you haven't already done so, please do give me thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. That makes it easier for you to be able to find the videos later, in case you may want to work on any of these projects later and just don't happen to have the supplies with you at this time. And I do have a list of the supplies also listed on the bottom of the video. Alright, let me turn it around and see what we have. show the rest of our fillers. Okay, I'm doing just like Lori, our wonderful leader. Just making them all pop out. And just pushing up on the flowers, on the greenery, so we can make sure we have some greenery along with our little flowers. Hey, I cheated myself here. We're gonna make this work. The label didn't want to come off, so we're gonna cut it off and still attach this. Adapt and overcome. There we go. Alrighty. So we're gonna continue to make our base, and then again we'll start adding our color. This one wants to come out. Must not have put enough glue on there. There we go. Okay. Spiderwebs. Okay, so we have 4 or 5 of these other small ones. And I'm just gonna spread them out. So I want to make sure we do some covering on the back side, and I'll show you the why. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but you can see some of that moss, which nothing wrong with that, but just want to provide some covering on the back of that. Like so. So there, every place that we see a little hole, we're going to fill it in with some of our fillers. Starting to come together. And to make sure we also have some of the same white towards the front, I'm going to put one in the front just to spread some of that white. Okay, now we have also some of these Christmas picks that we'll be using. Just trying to make sure these labels come off. Kind of frosted with some of the greenery, and it's got an apple, some snow, so we'll be using some of that towards the front to go along with our already little embellishment. So we want to make sure we match, do a little something to match it. And we have 2 of those. Excuse me. ahead and cut this one. See, some of them have tape, some of them have glue, some of them have a little tag with wiring. I guess the store wasn't too sure what to do. Okay, so that's those. And I've also cut some of these, and we can move them so we can add some of that pop of color throughout as well, and then we'll build up some more height. What are we thinking so far? I'm going to start using a little bit of both of these. I'm going to cut some more just to do some more fillers before we add our colors. This one has the tag. I'm going to just put it to the side so we won't take too much of your time. I'm going to start cutting up some of this snow. Uh-oh. Or baby's breath. Now these are all again from the dollar store, so they are plastic. They're not real flowers. Some I got from one of my vendors. That I can get items wholesale for them, like these that are already on here. Okay. I am so glad you're here with me today. Hope you're seeing something and learning something, seeing something you like. And I'm hoping if you're not trying to do the project along with me, that you're going to be trying it soon. To make it easier for you to be able to do that, again, there is a list of the supplies I'm using, you know, the different types of flowers and picks, and even the actual tools that I'm using. All of that is listed on the bottom of the video. Now you can click on subscribe, you know, make it easier for you to find this video later, so that you'll be able to come back to it. Alrighty. It's like making sure we have enough greenery to go around for coverage. And then we're going to start using some of our poinsettias and our picks. We're going to bring those closer because we're almost there. What are we thinking? I'm going to go ahead and turn that around. Looks like we have a couple of holes. Another thing I like about these flowers, especially the ones that I got from the vendor, they're sturdy enough to where you can bend them into shape if you need to, but they also look very relaxed, if I can say it that way. They kind of move even though they're glued on there. So it makes them, kind of helps make them look a little bit more natural even though they're plastic. We're almost there. Woohoo! Spider web, spider web. Okay, I think I like that a little bit better. So we can have a good center. That's how it looks so far. And we can start playing with the picks and building our heights. Again, just pushing that greenery up. Make that a little bit further up here so we can have some room for cutting. Now these cutters, again, they are listed on the affiliates links. If you don't have a wire cutter, in comparison to other cutters out there, these are really inexpensive and they cut through just fine. So I find that's not necessarily true to always get the most expensive item. So if you don't have one and you're interested in getting one, please look on that link. Now most of the items that I make here on YouTube, I do also put them on the Etsy shop. If you want to take a look at other previous items that may have been done during a live or an uploaded video, you can look there. I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter. We have wreaths and swags, there's signs, a good variety of different items. So adorable. I'm really liking this skillet idea. Get rid of these spider webs. Felt some of that heat there. I got a little, thought I was going to burn myself there for a second. And just spreading some of that red. Turn it around so you can see some of that. And I put some towards the end here, and we could always play with that and make it come lower, but just wanted to spread some of that red towards the bottom. So we're just starting to work that in. Lost my spot. There we go. Okay, let's start working on our hole pick. I'm thinking I still want that somewhere in there. And I also have this cute little snowman that I was thinking of working in. Isn't he cute? I was thinking of putting it towards the back, maybe towards the middle. And I'll do that just so that we can start building some height and see where we might need to go. Take these labels off. Let's see. Can we see him? Isn't he adorable? I think I'm going to put him right there towards the back of that. Where did my little ones go? There they go. Okay, so move this out of the way a little bit. I want to make sure you can still see it. But I mentioned I used the lighter wire to make these earlier. So I'm going to take them off so you can see what I did, but I'm going to use this one instead so that we can make it taller. It was just a little wire. Okay. I'm going to try to keep it in that same motor. And trying to use the same hole if I can, so I won't completely destroy them. Now again, these are just styrofoam. My accent's kicking in. It's Spanglish. They're with glitter, and you can get these. Sometimes they have them in different shapes, like during Valentine's. They have the ones with the heart-shaped ones. And now doing, you know, 4th of July coming up, and the different patriotic seasons. They also have, you know, stars and different things that you can use. So at the end, I'm going to use a little bit of the glue. So I'm going to be putting this big one in. Trying to get rid of all these spider webs. Okay. So basically we just added on to that one, and we can have that on as a pick now to build more height. And it still looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna make it, let's see, so we're gonna be about halfway, so I'm gonna cut this. Again, just building up on that height. Uh-oh, my wire wants to bend. Didn't like the heat. Let's try that again. Now turn this over. It does not want to go in there. It's like, hey, cut it a little bit shorter. See if I can manage it a little bit better. Maybe that way it won't bend. There we go. gonna go towards the back. Just add a little bit more pop. I think the spider webs and I are gonna have to have a little talk later. Messy. Okay, let's get rid of some of this mess. Okay, how are we liking it so far? Topsy-turvy, topsy-turvy. Now that we know these might be too long for what we need, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one. Let's see about making some more picks of our own. And I'm just alternating the colors and the sizes. I think this might be my last one. I'm liking it. What are we thinking? It's looking cute. Let's see, where are my other minis? Gonna add a little bit more of the red on the back. See how there's a little spacing here and there's no red? I'm gonna be adding some of that red to here. Is that fireworks? I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Might not even need these other picks, but we'll see. Might still add one in the front. What do we think? I like what I'm seeing on the camera anyway. I am hearing fireworks. I'm not going cuckoo. Oh, yes. There we go. I just wish I had some more of these longer ones to put more back here. I think we got it. I was going to make a bow to go with it, but I don't think it needs a bow. Oops. Let's see. I'm going to add another one on the other side of it. Just because I see that give it a little bit more oomph. Looks a little bit fuller, and I like things to look full. That. Don't forget, as you're watching, if you like what you're seeing and learning, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to make it easier to come back to the videos later in case you may need to watch the video, do a replay to work on the project once you have the supplies. And again, the supplies are listed on the bottom of the video. Okay, there's our centerpiece. I'll try to turn it so you can see different angles of it. And here's the back. See, the back itself looks very full. Okay. And we can even add more to add more height. If we want to build up more height, we can definitely do that. Again, it's just based on what flowers you have, what picks you have, and things like that. But you can work with what you have and make something beautiful. Doesn't have to be a whole lot of items being put on. Just a little bit can go a long way. So thank you so much for watching and for being with me. I'm going to go ahead and change the view of the camera so we can have even a different angle on the centerpiece. There we go. Hi. Now you could probably see me a little bit better, although it's not on that little corner anymore. But this is the centerpiece we just worked on today. Just something small, but again, very colorful and pretty for the holidays. We can use it for our Christmas in July. And thanks again for joining me. Again, this is Lena with Especially Made for Me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in this piece or want to see anything else that we did on the channel before, or that I made even off the channel, I do have the Etsy shop. The link to that is below as well. So you can check some things out on there. Until next time, I'll see you next week. Please stay safe and don't forget to always stay liquid. You have a wonderful evening. See you soon. Bye-bye.